Alright, so we are back for another video and a really exciting product for today. This is the Moondrop Void. So this is the first headphone that we are checking out from Moondrop in the channel. So around $199. Open back design, dynamic driver presentation as well. So Moondrop Void, open back monitor headphone with high performance, a 50mm dynamic driver. So some specifications, 3.5mm jack, 10 to 36 kHz in frequency range, effective 20 to 20 kHz in frequency range, impedance 64 ohms here, quite manageable, impedance sensitivity 110 dB. So I actually saw some photos of this, and actually it does remind me of the Oppo PM3 Moondrop Void, and this is how it's packaged. Fairly nice here overall. There you go. This is the cable that is included, a braided cable here. Maybe reminds me of maybe an audio technical kind of cable here. You're getting an adapter as well, and of course you are getting that headphone itself. So from the get-go, this is quite light actually, and this is the overall fit and finish build quality. I would say not the best that I've held in the hand. So definitely your Sennheisers, you know, those maybe more mainstream brands is gonna feel more sturdy compared to this one. So this is the adjustment that you're getting. Actually, this is made of all metal here, and you can swivel it actually just a few degrees here, left and right. You're getting that leatherette as well, pads. And if you can see, it's quite shaped like maybe an audio technical shape there. So actually in terms of the overall maybe size, there's a lot of adjustability here. So as you guys can see, I still do have a lot of space there at the top. So this is the maybe the maxed out size here. So I need to put this back. So yeah, in this with the overall fit, the pads for me are not that plush. So I'm quite more picky with my headphones compared to IMs in terms of the build quality, because I do have some headphones here that are already cracked, that have cracked on me, so I'm a bit more picky. For IMs, it's gonna be easier to get away with not having really good build quality. So this is the Oppo PM3, so actually quite bigger than the Oppo PM3, but if you look at the design, you're getting that maybe oval shape. It's kind of like a bigger Oppo PM3. Definitely the Oppo PM3 build quality is gonna be a lot more sturdy. Metal build quality all around. Feels cold to the touch. It's already really bogged down here, so this is what I am telling you guys. I need to maybe change up the leather here and change up the pads to make it better. But they do have some similarities in the overall look, of course. Yeah, the PM3 is gonna be closed back here, so maybe in terms of the overall size, might have some similarities with the PM1s actually, because the PM1s is going to be bigger compared to the PM3s. Look comparison there, but definitely the PM3s build quality, metal, quite heavy, has some heft to it. It's gonna be better compared to what you're getting with the Moondrop Void. So we did some measurements on the Moondrop Void, and this is what you got. When I listen to this, this does have a bit more top end. Maybe that is because there's a lot of maybe 8K to 12K here. So the extension here is quite prominent for me in the mix. You do get that maybe hump as well at around 100 to 200 hertz here, so that gives it a bit more oomph in the bass here. A bit more boom for me in the bass. So yeah, that's why the bass is still be quite prominent for me in the mix. It does have some 3K, 4K maybe recession, as you guys can see, but yeah, the mids are slightly recessed, but maybe not that much. So yeah, looking at this, this is still more of a bright U, maybe a very slight U type of shape to the ear. Maybe for some people, this still can be called maybe bright neutral. So yeah, it will be up to your tolerances there, but yeah, for me it's maybe a bright U type of shape for me to the ear. Still quite fun in terms of the overall presentation here. So let's try to have our first listen with the Moondrop Void here. From the get-go, I do think this has a bit more maybe treble on top compared to what you're getting with the Sennheisers of the world. This has more aggressiveness as well compared to the Sennheisers of the world. Definitely an engaging presentation here. This is not a reference pair for me. It's more of an engaging pair, more of a monitor type of listen for me to the ear. Quite lively for presentation. So even for the vocals, there's a lot of air moving. Very lively presentation here. I'm enjoying the listen though. So maybe in the IM world, this reminds me of the Moondrop Kato. Quite fun of a tuning for me. Or maybe the Starfield as well. So definitely the sound here maybe falls to my preference. So actually, maybe the closest that I can think of in the headphone world is maybe an audio technical kind of sound here. So next, let's listen to some Chunky by Bruno Mars. Let's listen to some bass here. The bass for me is quite punchy. It's quite speedy, especially for dynamic drivers. But it's quite prominent for me in the mix. Quite a fun bass for me. This is not going to be a reference type of bass. Reminds me a lot of maybe an audio technical bass here. Still quite big for me in the mix. This is not going to be your small bass. But I like that it has that punch, has that speed for me in the bass. So for dynamic drivers, this in the speedy side of things for me. Maybe a touch of bloat for me in the bass. So again, this is not the fastest bass that you can listen to. But yeah, even for Chunky by Bruno Mars, maybe there's very slight mid-bass bleed here for me. But it's not overwhelming for me to listen to. I do have other headphones that are a lot more bassy compared to this. This is still quite controlled bass for me. So quite speedy with a touch of bloat, touch of boom. Let's listen to some vocals. Maybe some Let's Groove by Earth, Wind and Fire. Going to some vocals, yes, it's slightly recessed for me in the mix. It's very clear in terms of the overall presentation. And quite bright in the presentation as well. This more of a bright, maybe vocal presentation for me. It's not an overly smooth presentation as well. So even for dynamic drivers, actually for dynamic drivers for me, this in the cleaner side of things. This is not gonna be a rich, maybe smooth vocal. So again, this is more of a monitor, maybe cleaner presentation for me of vocals here. There's slight hint of hotness for me in the vocals. So not the most tame maybe vocal presentation. There's slight shout for me. So I would have to say, yeah, I didn't particularly like that maybe slight shout for me in the vocal. Let's listen to some Jumping In by Joe Satriani. Going to some Jumping In by Joe Satriani for guitars, really nice here. Because of that maybe extended treble, lots of treble on top. But that is not an overly bright pair for me. So very good extension, but not an overly bright pair. So it's not piercing actually on top. Not that piercing. Definitely passable here. It's not that big of an issue for me. But I like the extension here on top. Very much extended for guitars. For some wind instruments, this is gonna be really, really nice here of a listen. Cymbals as well, fairly good body. I'm not the best body maybe cymbals that I've listened to, but fairly good body. So definitely no major issues there. In the treble. But I like that it's really extended for me. Quite lively presentation, so not boxed off to listen to, quite open of a listen. Going to some soundstage above average for me, and not the biggest that I've listened to. Going to some separation, quite good because of the maybe cleaner nature in the bits. Micro detail, I would say, yeah, this is not a micro detail monster for me. There's some here to throw around, but yeah, not the most micro detail for a headphone that I've listened to. It's not going to be the strong suit of this. So for the Moondrop Void, this is actually a very prominent, maybe $200 headphone for me, especially for first headphone from Moondrop. So I like that for the whole part of the spectrum, there's no deal breakers for me. So yeah, you do have some shout here and there, but it's not that big of an issue for me. But I like that it's quite extended on top. The vocals quite clear for presentation, ample bass throw around without being maybe overwhelming. And it's in the monitor side of sound as well. So quite lively in the overall presentation, quite engaging in the overall presentation. So they do have their own thing going on. So compared to maybe your Sennheisers, this is gonna be a bit more lively to listen to. Compared to your Bear Dynamics, this is gonna be maybe less of a monitor type of listen for me to the ear. And compared to maybe some of your hi-fi mans, this is gonna be a bit more fun for me to listen to. So they do have their own thing going on. It is very important for me for headphones, because there's a lot of maybe more tenured manufacturers and coming into the space, they should have their own thing. And I think they are indeed bringing that to the table. Reminds me a lot of the Starfields or Kato, kind of sound in the headphone maybe category. So that in itself is a unique selling point. So for those people who's a Moondrop fan, I'm looking for that kind of sound. And you do like to have a headphone that has maybe some similarities in the sound to what you have in your IEMs. This is definitely a good pick for that. For those who would like to try out that maybe Moondrop type of sound and you're coming from headphones, this has its own thing going on, so you can also try this out. And if you are a collector as well, this will be a nice addition because it gives a different sound compared to some other headphones that I have here. So yeah, for those types of people, definitely give this a go. Some cons, of course, build quality, not the most promising here. So yeah, pads need some replacement as well. So yeah, for those people who's gonna bring this outside, put this in a case. Don't drop this. I dropped some headphones already in the floor and some broke. So don't drop this. This has the feeling that this might have some weak points in some areas. So don't drop your headphones. Take care of this. But yeah, otherwise for the overall sound, I do think this is a nice start from Moondrop, a nice first headphone here in the channel to review. And I do think this will be quite a popular headphone, especially for those coming from IEMs there. And yeah, definitely a recommended pair for me for headphones. Yeah, that's it for my review for today. Of course, if you learned something, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. What more headphones do you like to check out in the channel? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt video. Bye bye.